Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. For the first time, Jack Wagner talks about his private wedding to Michelle Wolf. When Calls the Heart fans were surprised when Michelle Wolf announced that she married Jack Wagner in an intimate ceremony. However, the General Hospital alum was silent about his recent wedding. However, that was until this week. What did Jack have to say about his private wedding? Jack Wagner finally talks about wedding to Michelle Wolf. In late May, R&B singer Michelle Wolf announced that she and Jack Wagner got married. This was a shocker to many fans, especially those who thought that the General Hospital alum was still married to ex-wife Christina Wagner. What was also puzzling was that he was silent for nearly 2 weeks. However, People magazine caught up with Wagner when he was promoting his return to the bold and the beautiful. Jack combined his Italian honeymoon with his brief return to the CBS soap. They wanted all the details of the wedding. Firstly, the 65-year-old actor revealed that about 40 people were invited to this intimate wedding. This consisted of about 40 family and close friends, as well as a DJ. It was something that was just ours, with a group that we selected. The best part? He revealed that it was rather small and intimate. In attendance was his son Peter, with ex-wife Christina, and Wolf's daughter Ornella. The couple started dating in 2021, although they had worked together on a musical project about a decade ago. In addition, the couple still are living in their own place. They just go back and forth, making this the perfect solution for this modern couple. When does Jack Wagner return to the bold and the beautiful? Jack Wagner is returning as Nick Marone to the bold and the beautiful on Monday, June 16. Firstly, he revealed that it was great working with Katherine Kelly Lang. She has played Brooke Logan since the early days of the CBS soap. Unfortunately, her heart's breaking because of Ridge Forrester, who is now portrayed by Thorsten Kaye. However, Wagner promises that Nick is there to help Brooke choose her own happiness. He explained that Nick has one goal. He continued to get Brooke to wake up to the insanity that she's been in for so long. As for Ridge, he is a fly on my shoulder, calling his character's relationship with Brooke totally uncomplicated. He shares that Brooke and Ridge have a complicated history. Fans will need to tune in to see if Nick can make her look his way. In a moment as rare as it was romantic, Jack Wagner has broken his silence. After months of hushed rumors and a few cryptic Instagram posts that had fans speculating wildly, the beloved soap opera icon, and When Calls the Heart star, has finally opened up about what he calls the most sacred moment of his life. His secret wedding to comedian Michelle Wolf. Yes, that Michelle Wolf, the sharp-toned, boundary-pushing stand-up with the unmistakable laugh and fearless political punchlines. At first glance, their pairing might seem like something cooked up in a Hollywood writer's room, but according to Wagner, their story is anything but scripted. It was private because it had to be. Wagner shared in an exclusive fireside interview with TV Weekly, seated beside a cozy fire pit in his Santa Monica backyard. This wasn't a celebrity spectacle. It was about the two of us, our journey, and how unexpectedly perfect it all became. The couple first met backstage at a charity roast in 2022. Michelle was the headliner, while Jack had been roped in as a surprise guest. I was supposed to roast him, Michelle later joked in a podcast. But he showed up wearing this suit that looked like it was custom-made by Hallmark itself. I couldn't do it. I fell a little bit in love right there. Jack, who built a career playing heartthrobs and heroic gentlemen, was taken aback by Michelle's fierce wit and unfiltered honesty. She cracked a joke about soap opera amnesia, and I swear she knew more about my character's past than I did. He laughed. There was this moment where we just clicked. We were from 2 different planets, but somehow we understood each other completely. Fast forward to April 2025, and the pair quietly said, "I do" under a grove of olive trees on a private estate in Ojai, California. Only 25 guests were in attendance, close friends, a few family members, and notably, no press. There were no drones, no tabloids hiding in the bushes, Jack said. We wanted vows, not vows and views. He went on to describe the ceremony with a poetic reverence that surprised even longtime fans. She walked down the aisle barefoot, he recalled, eyes misting. She had daisies in her hair and a smile that lit up the entire canyon. It wasn't a big dress or flashy, it was just her. Wild
Michelle,
and radiant,
known for her
fiercely independent streak and disdain for Hollywood conventions, reportedly wrote her own vows, equal parts heartfelt and hilarious. She promised not to live tweet our arguments. Jack chuckled. And I promised not to recite old General Hospital monologues during dinner. The guest list was an eclectic mix of past co-stars, comedians, and a few unknowns. Friends from hiking groups and charity circuits. Jack's longtime When Calls the Heart castmates were notably absent, something he addressed with grace. We love them, but this was intentionally intimate. No publicists, no managers, no stylists. Just humans. Michelle's best friend officiated the ceremony, delivering a speech that reportedly had guests weeping and laughing in equal measure. She said we were proof that opposites don't just attract, they balance, Jack shared. And I think she's right. Michelle challenges me. She makes me braver. The reception, held beneath string lights and open stars, featured homemade pizzas, a comedy set by Michelle's fellow comic friends, and a slow dance to a surprise live performance by Michael Bolton, a gift from Jack's son. We didn't do the first dance right away, Jack added, smiling. We waited until midnight, when most of the guests had left, and it was just us and a few friends. It was spontaneous and perfect. For the man once dubbed daytime TV's Prince Charming, Jack Wagner has seen his fair share of public heartbreak, including a very public split from longtime partner Heather Locklear and the tragic loss of his son, Harrison, in 2022. But in Michelle, he says, he found a place to heal. She doesn't try to fix me, he said quietly. She just sits with me in the hard stuff. She gets that not everything needs a punchline, but when it does, she always delivers the best one. Since their wedding, the two have been splitting time between California and New York, where Michelle still performs regularly. But their home life, according to Jack, is remarkably normal. We argue about the dishwasher, binge crime documentaries, and walk our rescue dog like any other couple, he said. Only difference is sometimes the arguments end in stand-up routines. Asked whether kids might be in the cards, Jack was refreshingly candid. I've done a lot of fathering, he said. Right now, we're just enjoying being partners, building a life that's ours. The news of the wedding has sparked excitement among fans of both stars, though reactions range from OMG, plot twist, to didn't see that one coming. Still, the overwhelming tone online has been celebratory. They're weirdly perfect, one fan wrote on X, formerly Twitter. Like your favorite Hallmark movie meets a Netflix special. For Jack Wagner, who has spent decades performing perfect romances on screen, finding love in real life, especially with someone as unexpected as Michelle Wolf, has brought new meaning to the word happy ending. I've spent my life learning how to deliver a scripted line, he said. But with Michelle, every day is unscripted, and that's what makes it magic. As for Michelle, she recently ended a set with what fans are now realizing was a veiled reference to their wedding. Love is weird, she said, pacing the stage with a grin. Sometimes you plan on being single forever, and then you accidentally marry a soap opera legend under an olive tree. Life's a wild ride, people. One thing's for sure. Jack Wagner's quiet romance has turned into his most surprising role yet, that of a Newlywed husband, completely and utterly in love. And this time, it's not just for the cameras.